Are you ready for a show?
Yeah. What's this, a dance off?
Okay, let's just relax for a second.
Yes!
So long, neighbor.
Somebody call 911.
Rated R.
Hello, I'm the Universal Critic. I talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. I've often heard the idea that kids just want to be kids, and that adults just want to be kids again. Today I am reviewing a comedy that plays into that idea, Neighbors. Neighbors focuses on a young couple named Mac and Kelly, played by Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, in their early 30s with a 6-month-old daughter named Stella. They're growing a bit bored with their new responsibility-laden lives when one day a fraternity named Delta Psi moves in next door. At first, Mac and Kelly try to be friendly with the frat's leaders, Teddy and Pete, played by Zac Efron and Dave Franco. In fact, they even get enthralled by the youthful excitement of the frat's parties. But the constant noise and partying soon gets to them, and when Delta Psi refuses to stop, Mac and Kelly decide to make them stop. Rogen and Byrne make for a legitimately funny and believable pair. They see the appeal of the frat's parties, but are mature enough to know better. Most of the time. Granted, they do go through some of the cliches like fighting and breaking up, but it's resolved pretty quickly. Sorry for the minor spoiler there, but it's not really that surprising. And they also manage to avoid the trope of having the woman be the more responsible of the two. Trust me, Kelly is every bit as invested in this feud as Mac is, and some of the stuff these two to get revenge is just pure diabolical genius. Efron and Franco managed to create a relatable bromance to balance out the romance of Mac and Kelly. They're the typical team, with the latter being slightly more intelligent and responsible than the former. It works here because they're aware of their roles. Efron knows he has no real future outside of college, and that's why he's so gung-ho about partying, to enjoy it while it lasts. Franco enjoys the parties just as much as he does, but he actually studies and has a plan and ambition for his future, and knows that after he graduates none of this fraternity stuff is going to matter. It's that twinge of maturity and self-awareness that makes their contrast with Rogen and Byrne all the more hilarious and as thin as the premise of this movie sounds, and it really is pretty thin, the film manages to wring the most out of it for several reasons. First, the film is rather short, clocking in at only 96 minutes, and so proceeds at a snappy pace, keeping us interested. Second, the humor in this movie is filthy, and I mean filthy. They have fart jokes, penis jokes, drug jokes, alcohol jokes, and even breastfeeding jokes galore in this madhouse. And I loved every single moment of it. If this is the version that made it to theaters, I can't wait to see what the unrated DVD version of this is. I give Neighbors a high big screen rating for people who love raunchy comedies wholeheartedly, like myself. If you're a bit more squeamish than that, I have to bump it down to a high small screen. That way you can skip over some of the dirtier stuff you might not be comfortable with. I'm the Universal Critic. I talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. Goodbye.